All right, we're backstage slash VIP at day one of Who Am I Me challenge. And I'm just checking in on everybody, seeing how everybody's doing. Najishta, we have a separate conversation, but Najishta and I, just so you know, are sharing a medical journey together. Um, and we're both getting
Aging.
ourselves, we're aging. Yeah, yeah, we're all on that journey though, right? We're all on that journey. Yeah, so I shared with her that my blood pressure was like really high, and then she had shared with me something that was going on with her, and then I asked her about her blood pressure, and hers was really high, and was like, okay, a lot of this is aligning with, and I realized one thing about myself is I wasn't drinking enough water. I realized I wasn't exercising. I was sitting in front of this Zoom all the time, not standing up, regularly stretching out, all the things, right? I realized that. And so she's one of my accountability people to make sure we, one, take our blood pressure. Two is that, just have another person to kind of check in, see how you're doing. Because if you don't, you know, hey. So how you doing, Miss Sandra?
Miss Sandra doesn't have this problem as we have.
She's too young. She's too young.
I'm just a baby. No,
Uh,
just kidding. Yeah. Um, I think it's really important to take care of this temple
Mhm.
because we're here temporarily and we're children of God, and I truly do believe in abiding to God's principles as well, because He's given us, direction as well as how
Yes,
to take care of this beautiful body that's not even ours.
right.
And it's all temporary, and what really
Mhm.
matters is what we do here, and one day we're gonna be with our loved ones. So what I find too is that when becoming entrepreneur, sometimes I see even some people who have lost their health because they're grinding every day and they're not really doing self-care or checking in on themselves and also caring for others. So it's really easy to come last. But what
Mm,
what I found to be true also is that we can't really give from an empty cup. If we don't take care of ourselves, or if we don't put the mask before everybody else, then what good does it do, if we're not here anymore?
You
So in
said
order
empty cup. I have two of them empty.
to
I have to go to the get more. Thank you for reminding.
that's very good. Very good. Oh my gosh, Sandra, that's so good. So good.
Yeah, and so I really do value my health, and I think it's just a blessing to to be alive, but also to have our health, because when people have their health, a lot of times they don't appreciate it until something happens. Sometimes there's signs,
Oh,
and your body gives you signs, and it's talking to you. If you're not listening, one little message will become a bigger problem, just like right now that you're
mm,
listening to your blood pressure. It's all
mm-hmm.
lifestyle too. So
Yes.
if you're not exercising, or you're not drinking your water, or you're not sleeping, you're not eating well, um, you're not taking your breaks for breathing, that all of that, helps with our stress levels and, prayer life, spiritual life. Everything is interconnected to the whole being. What we think, what we feed our mind, it just becomes like seeds,
Right.
or whether it's good
Absolutely.
or bad. So we really have to protect what we listen, what we watch, and what we say, because our body's listening and our cells are listening. So if we're constantly saying something negative to ourselves, um, then what are you planting? If we're not loving ourselves, it's really difficult to even thrive. Just like There's even experiments with plants
Hmm.
where you speak life into one of them and in the other
Yes.
one you speak death. And that
Yes.
plant dies just by the words, the
Mm.
vibration. That
Mm.
plant is alive. So, what are we listening to? And what are we saying to ourselves is really important to our health. Everything is connected mind, body, and spirit and soul.
That is
Wow.
rich. That is rich. You're
Sandra,
gonna give a bonus session. You're gonna give a that is like so rich. I think I need to stand up.
you on time. I'm going to
Oh
get
my
water.
God. That was so
I'm
good.
saying that
Oh my gosh.
just now she said you cannot
Can't
give
give
from
from an empty cup.
both of them already done. Now I have to get more.
Well,
Sorry
go
about that.
get some water. Go get some. That is so much, Sandra. You are like hitting. You are like reading my mail, literally, because for the longest I have been doing that, like giving from an empty cup, and to the point where God speaks, right? But do I listen all the time? No. And the speaking, and I thought about it with the warning signs, like you said, there's signs. There's signs. Your body is speaking to you. So the dehydration was speaking to me to where my mouth, my throat would get dry. And I'm like, why's my throat dry? And then I think about it, I'm like, I haven't had any water today. Like sometimes just enough to like, not even, not even a portion of a bottle. And so, speaking to me that way. And then my head, the pressure, I was feeling like pressure on my head, like somebody was literally pressing down on my head. And I was thinking, this is strange. This is strange. But it was tied to not drinking enough water. I just felt that pressure. And then it was tied to blood pressure. All of it was tied together.
Right
Mhm.
work right at right time. Sandra, you nailed it.
She did. She did. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I
You're
have
welcome.
sometimes I'm taking water with me and being busy all day at work. I'm kind of at the end of the day, I see my thermos is still full,
Mhm.
even
Mhm.
though that I know that I have to drink up to 2 liters. But
Yes.
yeah, thank you. I will start
Yes.
reminding myself that yes, mask first to
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can't care for others if you're not caring for yourself. I mean, here I am caring for my mom and caring for my
Mhm.
grandsons, and I'm not thinking that what I'm doing to myself is going to impact them, but it is. Because if I deplete myself and I'm stuck in a hospital, or God forbid, I pass away prematurely because of my lack of self-care, then the only person to blame is me. So yeah, that's like, that's a super reminder. And I was saying before we started the recording is that I wanted to thank you too, Sandra, for what you said before, because in doing this challenge, the Lord told me to do this last year, and I was like, I thought, okay, that's one more thing, because Nerjishta and I have been doing challenges for almost 3 years. I want to say it's been 3 years. We've been doing challenges, and at one time we were doing it every month, boom, 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 with not seeing any fruit, and we were like, this seems like a waste, but we just stayed the course. And last year, I kind of took a break from it, and the Lord's like, I want you to bring up this challenge that you've been doing about legacy, but I want you to tie it to identity, purpose, and power. And I was like, I, I don't understand, I don't understand that. So I did more reading, Miles Monroe, listening more to Pedro, and it just kept coming, identity, identity, identity. And I was like, okay. So finally, I did
Get
it
it.
in, it's like, I get it. So even when I was doing that, I wasn't caring for myself, but I was hearing that I needed to do the challenge. And so in December, when I did the challenge, I think that was when I started to feel the pressure, in my head, but I didn't know what it was. And so I say that because um, what we do, we don't really realize the impact that it has for others, especially if God's telling us to do something. If God's saying to do something, I mean, He's not saying it just for you, He's saying it for you to release for others. It's not you're not an island alone. So what you're doing is really it's gonna have a ripple effect if he's in it. If he's saying to do it, and I don't know if I'm speaking to anyone, but if he's telling you to do something and you're feeling like, man, I'm not getting any fruit from it, then plug back in to what he says about you, because therein lies the key. What he says about you is what's gonna like supercharge you to that. Like I said, you got your identity, your purpose, and then there's power. It's like fuel, but you can't get the power unless fill yourself up with knowing who you are and then tying into what it is you're to do, right? And then you get to take off and sail. So I feel like I'm on that moving um, escalator, if you will. I'm moving up. It's moving up slowly, but I'm moving up. I'm not at ground level anymore. Not that I've fully arrived, but feel like now I can feel momentum, and it doesn't matter if it's one, two, or three. I just feel like, okay, God, I'm starting to fulfill the purpose that you've called on me. I'm starting to speak. You told me to speak every day. I'm speaking every day. When I said, "Can I stop now?" You said no. When I said, "Okay, 1,000," you said maybe. It's like, okay, God, like whatever you say, I'm just gonna do it because what you say about me matters to me more than what other people think. Because at first I was concerned. I was concerned. What are people going to think? I'm on every day. Why are you on? And then people would ask, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? What are you trying to sell? So I'm not trying to sell anything. When I do the Facebook lives, they're like, well, what are you promoting? Jesus, Proverbs, wisdom. I mean, you name it. It's what I'm promoting. It's not self-promotion. It's him. I'm lifting up, the kingdom before the people, because there's people that don't hear the word. There's people that only look at screens all day long. And why not give them something of value, right? Why not give them something of value? So I appreciate what you said earlier, Sandra, on that. So just wanted to speak to that. And I know you're at work, and I probably talked a lot longer and didn't give you opportunity to finish that, but when you get a chance, if you could do that. So there you
Well,
go.
I do want to say that it was very timely and that God is doing something great in you. And so I wanted to thank you for listening to God's calling and showing up.
Thank you.
I was in the break room with Rylan,
Mhm.
and I was telling her, how God places people in our lives and to lead us and to encourage us because we're not meant to go through life alone. Sometimes we need, we all have different gifts and different strengths. And I just really do appreciate being in this community and being surrounded by like-minded and people who love the Lord. So thank you for creating this community for us as well, Kathy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. In Toastmasters, we do this. It's like a clap. Thank you. Yeah. Jazz hands. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. So how are you doing, Miss Arlene? I know we've been Zooming all day in different capacities.
I'm good. I'm good. Weather's
Good.
sticky, so it makes me feel kind of blah, but
Is
yeah.
it snow there or
Oh no, it's just rain and cold. That's
wow,
winter here.
oh,
I say
that's winter here.
cold, but to me it's cold. Gets it down in my bones. It's in the 50s, so I shouldn't be complaining.
Right, right,
It's like a
right.
cold Arctic wind, with it. So
Okay.
I can't warm up. I just can't seem to get warmed up. But otherwise, I'm
Mm,
good.
good, good. How's
I'm
Brody? Your dog Brody. How's
Oh
Brody?
yeah, he's over here
Hanging.
taking a nap, my boy. Yeah,
Cool,
he
cool.
perked his ears. He heard his name.
Oh, I called Brody, and he's like,
Want to come
"Who,
say
me?"
hi? You want to come say hi? Oh, I know there's nobody here, huh? In the computer. Where's my Shanice? Huh?
Oh, he knows her.
When I say we gotta get on the call with Shanice, he comes running in here like to my room. This
Right.
is Miss Kathy. Because
We
he makes.
can't see him because your virtual background.
He's not moving. He's just laying in a
Oh,
ball looking at me
oh,
like, really?
oh,
He'll come up here on my shoulders or
oh,
sometimes put his head up and feet on my, he'll stand on the bed and
wow.
put his paws on my shoulders. And especially if I've been here all day and he wants my attention, he'll stick
Oh,
his face up in the camera like,
oh, like me time. It's time for
"Mhm.
me.
Hello,
Don't
I'm here. Just
don't
like a
blame
kid,
him.
you know.
Don't blame him. Don't blame him.
So has
So
there been any improvement for Nardish? I'm gonna mess up her name. I know I am.
call her
Oh,
Nadia. Nadia.
Надежда.
Nadia.
Nardish. Yeah,
Yes.
because I've been praying for you and your husband, so.
Thank you.
Mm,
Thank you. We are just getting better day by day. And as I said in the beginning, we are aging. And I don't want to get older, but this one is alive, is alive. Everything will be okay.
is your
And
husband having similar symptoms or no?
he he did the same as myself. We stopped taking, I didn't know that he stopped taking.
Oh,
And he did the same now. I say, no more. You are taken every day. So we are kind of checking on each other.
good, good, good.
So I'm going
Mm.
tomorrow to see my doctor, and I ask him to, because we have one doctor for both of us
Oh, okay.
for a long time already, 14 years, the same doctor. She knows
Hmm.
us. So kind of, if I'm going, I'm asking about him. If he's going, he's asking about me. So kind of, I say, I
Oh.
need only one question. Find out what you want me to ask.
That's good. That's good.
We'll see. I'm not getting young, but older, and it will be okay. I'm just have to accept what is there, and my wish is to live longer and keep myself healthy. And thanks, Arlene, for praying, and thanks, Sandra, for reminding that yes, we have to take care of ourselves. And yeah, water is very important. It
I will
is.
say you look more refreshed, Nudishta, than the last time we were together. I mean, the last time, I think it was at a point where it was high intensity for you, as well as for me. Our numbers were high, and we don't always see it, but it shows. It shows, and you definitely look more refreshed. You look more relaxed, maybe you have more sleep. You look more. Oh, did I lose the Zoom?
No, you're okay. We are
Oh,
here.
my page went away. Okay,
No,
now I see you. Okay. I just had a pop-up and it took over the whole screen. So yeah. But yeah, you look more refreshed, more vi vibrant. Is that the word? Vibrant? Yeah, so good. Like your
thank-
pictures. Like your pictures. You took those pictures. Yeah, like
yeah, it was first of all weekend. Second, I did purchase some skincare product,
mm,
which mean I did spend few hours on myself. That's
good,
okay.
good,
I have
good.
to get look younger a little bit, even though that I'm 62. Yeah,
You're looking good, girl.
I'm not grandma yet, and
No.
not mother-in-law yet.
Well, pretty soon, isn't your son? Yeah,
It's
it's coming. Well, Arlene's a grandma. How many grandkids do you have, Arlene? Two.
two. How old are they?
Um, Finley is 8 and Thatcher is 6. And they
Hmm.
live in
Aw.
Germany, so long ways away.
Do you do
One,
videos with them, like
one boy and
Zoom?
one girl. No, 'cause the time is completely opposite. So by the time I get to talk to my son or daughter-in-law, they're in bed or I'm in bed when
Mhm.
they're up. So, but I see a lot on Facebook. They post a lot of pictures. They're traveling everywhere. They're in Belgium right now, but they live in Germany. So they went.
Hmm,
Mm, nice,
beautiful. Did
nice.
Well,
you travel there as well?
not yet, not yet. They've been there a year, and before that they were in Iowa. So maybe
Oh,
this fall,
they just moved.
a year ago, yeah. And my son is traveling between all of Africa and all of Europe, so she's there a lot by herself with the kids,
Oh,
Um,
trying to find a time when all of them are in the same place. That would be the challenge. But I have two sons in London, about 2 blocks apart, so me and the girls are trying to figure out maybe going in September
well,
to
that's good.
nice.
London together to see them, and then maybe Jake and the grandbabies can come there. So,
Sounds fun. That sounds fun. We'll have to make that happen.
yeah, I
Yep.
was a really
Yep,
young mom and a young grandma, and it's okay.
good.
Two
How
kids,
old are
two of
you?
my kids are married.
How old are you,
I'm
Eileen?
24, so all my kids are older than me now. Yeah, my baby girl just got a year older than me. Yeah.
What does it mean older than you?
Not
Well,
telling
I'm
her age.
24. I'm 24, so my
She's
baby
taking you
girl
literal. She's
is 5.
she's
So that
taking you literal.
all my I haven't my kids, they always say, "How old are you, Mom?" I say, "I'm 24." On my birthday, I'm 25. And then the next day I'm 24 again. So
Wow.
there's a certain time when you get to pick your number, right? But I don't
Well,
hold it.
we
What most people do, 39 and
39 and holding.
never
39 and holding. Yeah.
I was holding up
period.
up until now 19. Reversing in age, yes. Yes, Sandra.
Now, I
Age
haven't hit the
reversal.
sixth chapter of my life yet, and some people call them chapters.
Yeah.
No, I heard that Mary Kay said on a live TV interview one time, somebody asked her how old she was, and she said, any woman that will give you her age will tell you anything, and they don't keep
Ooh.
secrets. And that really
Ooh.
resonated with me. I thought, well, so when I was younger, people thought I was older than I was, and as I hit 21 and 25, right? People thought I was younger than I am. And then by the time I had 6 kids, nobody believed they were all mine. I'm like, you know what? People are going to talk anyway, so why bother?
Wow.
Old enough to
Wow.
know better, but still young enough to make things happen, I hope.
You are. You are. That's cool.
How old
That
are
is cool.
you, Kathy?
I'm 1 year younger than Nardishta. I'll be yeah.
Oh, didn't you just say you were 19? So,
Yes, I'm
okay,
19.
Kathy's 18. Gosh, that makes me the old lady in the bunch. That's not fair.
Sandra, how old are you? Wait a minute. Sandra is 15.
She's the
Oh,
youngest. She's the youngest.
I just
She's the
make up.
she's the baby.
Maybe she's 10. Oh, 15. Okay, 15.
You have to be legal to be on this Zoom.
Legal what though? Adult? You can
Adult.
actually be 12 and get on a plane, and
Yeah,
the airline calls you an adult at age 12. So if your kid, I hope no children can hear me, but if your child got on an airplane at age 12, the airline can legally not tell you if they were on that flight.
that's horrible.
Pay attention to that fine print.
I
That
Well,
did,
if they had enough money to fly, then they need to fly.
I did, I did put my child when he was 13 from Israel to Canada.
Ooh,
Oh,
13.
He flew by himself, forward and backward, both
I
way.
flew my daughter when she was 5 years old from Germany to Wisconsin. She
By
was four,
herself?
yeah, by herself. I was in the military as a single mom. I didn't have a choice.
Oh
So
my God.
she flew from Germany to Chicago. Yeah, my father drove from Wisconsin to Chicago to pick her up. She says that that was very traumatic for her And he said, before he passed, he said that was traumatic for him because Chicago, big international airport, coming from Germany, they changed things. So he had to meet her at the gate. It was crazy.
Now,
But
was that she had a stewardess assist, right? Did you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they have to at that age, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Accompanied. She was an accompanied minor.
Oh, that's a long flight.
It's a long flight. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Long,
One of
long,
my
long.
boys was a foreign exchange student, and he was a no, junior, somewhere between his sophomore and junior year of high school, and all the flights got changed midway. The
Mm.
receiving family got the information, but I didn't. And so they only speak Korean. So they
Oh
were
no.
taking pictures and sending me messages in Facebook Messenger to let me know. And they were like 12 hours waiting for him in the airport because his flights got delayed and all. And then when they got there, that was before you could do face, before they had video in Messenger and before you had
Icing.
Skype.
live on
Oh,
Facebook. Yeah.
okay.
So they were sending a ton of pictures when they got him, and
Um,
because they had a child that was a foreign exchange student off in Mexico. So I
wow.
think they understood what position I was in. So, and I got lucky because you pray, right? It was the man was in the South Korean Air Force, a high ranking officer in the Korean. So they shared the base, the air base there.
Oh.
So
Hmm.
half of the base is American, the other half is the Korean Air
Oh
Force.
wow. Wow.
And so he kind of lived, it aggravated him because he wanted to live on the economy, but he was living in military housing for the Korean side. I felt good about it though, as a
Oh, your
mom.
your son didn't feel so hot about it though.
Well, he thought he would go, and well, he did. He experienced it, and they took him on a lot of amazing trips. And he had the first 3 months they can't communicate with you that
Hmm.
because they want them to dive into the
The language.
culture and the
Oh,
language and helps them not be homesick. They could send
oh,
emails, but they couldn't like this, and
yeah.
we could send
Oh,
letters, but that was about it. It was a
that's
hard year for me.
I bet. I bet. I bet.
I
No,
survived, went back. He's my world traveler now.
oh wow. Yeah, Nojisha has her one son who travels a lot, I think,
Yeah,
right? He travels a lot.
a lot. Now he on Saturday he's supposed to travel to Thailand for 3 weeks, but
Ooh.
because of his surgery now he postponed his flight till end of the April.
What does he do?
He is working as a mechanical engineer for the oil company.
Oh,
Sometimes he's flying on the helicopter. Mom's heart is not for 3 hours, is not there where she has to be when he has to take the helicopter. And Atlantic Ocean is not quiet little bit. Yeah, when you have one son, only son, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not fun.
Kathy, did you have any boys?
I have a bonus boy. My husband has a son who has the same name. He's a junior. He's 40, maybe 42, something like that.
Hmm.
His name is Alan Jr. We call him AJ. He calls me mom. I met him when we went to what was it, San Francisco or San Diego? San Diego for a realtor conference. And for the whole time we had been married, my husband said he hadn't seen his son since he was a baby. And I said, something's wrong with that picture. And so I did all the communicating and finally found him because we just kind of lost touch, from from the early years, and found him and asked him if he could fly and meet us in San Diego since we were coming down. He was in Kentucky, so we met in San Diego, and I paid for his ticket to go there, and I flew him back, and so he's been living here ever since. Not with us, but in this area. So.
Wow.
And so that kind of reunited. And from then on, from the time he met me, he was calling me mom. I was like, this is strange, a grown man calling me mom. But I just went with it. I was like, okay. And my mother was like, he's calling you mom. I was like, yeah. You hear that too? She was like, yeah. She was like, is that Alan's son? I was like, yeah. She said, you ain't his mom. I said, yeah, yeah. Like, he calls me mom. I'm his mom. It's like,
You
okay.
are mom, stepmom.
Yeah. But he just calls me mom. So I was like, okay. He never talks about his mother. Never. I think I asked him like the first time I met him, how's your mom? He was like, she's okay. And he just started calling me mom. He never talks about his mother. So I was like, who am I to say? So I don't bring her up because he calls me mom. So I started to say, how's your other mom doing? I was like, let me not. Let me not. Yeah. He's very verbose. So I'm sure if he wanted to talk about her, he would. So I don't bring it up.
Maybe that's a way to honor her by not saying anything bad. Yeah,
That's true. I thought about that. I thought about that. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true.
cool.
Well,
Yeah.
ladies, how can I support you in your endeavors? I already heard Sandra share some things and I know what she's up to. So in the program, all three of you, I'd like to see a point where you give some value into the community, and it could be on one of our weeks. And you just kind of look at your schedule and tell me what works for you. We're meeting on Wednesdays. Just kind of, if you could kind of look ahead and say, I think this would be a good week. I can lay out like the program on what we're doing like each week so you can maybe tie in the content if that would help. Um, but I'd love to see some value injected into the community where you could share. And when you share, just that's free license for you to share your program. Whatever it is you're doing, share your program because other people want to hear what you have going on. And I know in Sandra's example, the Carla Starler reached out to me and asked me for her number. So I know there's connections, and I am a believer in putting people in contact with others who want their information. You're not breaking any rules by sharing your links or anything like that because that's where I think we grow as a community. So not while we're doing the training, but when you're sharing your program, share it all, whatever you have going on, and then you'll find out that other people have a need for what it is you have. So that's one thing I wanted to make sure that I let VIPs know that I want you to be able to share. Oh, shoot, I forgot to send Leo the Zoom link. Darn it. I just realized it. Uh,
You're talking about into the Slack community?
no, during our weekly, both. It could be both in the Slack community, but I was speaking more like for our weekly sessions.
Oh,
If you want to do a session, I can kind of let you know, like if you say, hey, I'm available this week, I can kind of let you know the session is, for example, we're about to go into capital raising, right? So we did identity, then we're going into capital raising, then we're going into systems. So our land, the systems piece might be good for you to share about Equip 360. So whatever correlates with what you have going on, then we're going to start talking about leadership, impact, and communication. I mean, I don't know. Just something in communication might hit you, or leadership might hit you, or Sandra might hit you. So whatever resonates with you, that's in alignment with how the program is being laid out for the year. The little compass, legacy compass, it gives the bullet points, right? identity, capital, systems, then it goes to leadership, communication, impact, then it goes to like legacy, wealth, and I can't remember the third one. But all of those, if there's something that resonates with you during that time, let me know because I want you to be able to share and, for
For
everybody
the
to be able to,
Wednesday meetings, right?
yeah, for the Wednesday meeting. Yeah, yeah. And if you have something coming, you might want to plan it to where if you have something coming up, like if you have a challenge coming up, that could be a springboard for your challenge. Say, I'm sharing this with you because I care about you and I want you to know about this. And I'm having the launch of whatever you have going on. I think it's a good way for us to help each other.
Mhm. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So just kind of think about that. And in Slack, I can put the wheel. I think I already did, but I'll make sure it's in there. But it should have the wheel showing what we're doing for each module. Make
So
sense?
this, what's the schedule for this challenge?
3 days. Three
Monday,
days.
Tuesday, Wednesday, 3
Hmm.
Pacific.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so, oh, I might get you 3 hours in a row on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of the Legacy Compass at 3 p.m., we're doing this challenge. So I'll make sure I put that in
Oh, we're on a
Slack.
break week for that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It was supposed to be last week, but kind of moved it because of the challenge. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Sandra's in that too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. The Carla Starla is in there too. I forgot to send her the link too. Man. Oh, Kathy.
Kathy.
I'm looking
Yeah.
to see.
Need to get this into your equipped and
I know. We
set up.
need systems. Help me. But I said to text me if you didn't have it. So they didn't text me, so that could mean they weren't available. I'm not going to beat myself up. Yeah. And you text me, Arlen, and Sandra sent me a message. And so, yeah, I think I hit the ones that were wanting to get on today.
Now I'm still getting emails from Pennsite for everything going over there with this date on it, which I had like 4 emails in a row from Pennsite about
But did
this
it have a
challenge.
Zoom? Did it have a Zoom link in it?
I'd have to go
Because if
look.
it had a Zoom link in it, then that's correct. Because I had it put back in Pennsite, but what I didn't want is to have the Pennsite Zoom use the Pennsite camera because I couldn't remember. I did not remember to record days 2 and 3. I only recorded day 1. And I had a bonus day. I had 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah, there there's one is a link into Pennsite, and the third email has a Zoom link, but I don't think it was for VIP. It was.
No, no, I didn't give her the VIP link. I just wanted to send that to. In fact, there's a way I could have done it on Pinsite where I put the Zoom link in there, um, which I might do. But I don't want you to get a whole bunch of emails.
Yeah, that was a 5 o'clock session. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. That was yeah. So you did get it. Okay, all right. Because that's the only system I have in place now. Once we finish the Equip 360, then I'll be able to put all my moving forward stuff in there.
Yeah, we'll make a list for your legacy compass, and they're called smart lists in there, and it's
Oh,
your
okay.
subgroups of whatever you've got going on.
Okay. Okay. These ladies will want to hear what you have in terms of systems too, I'm sure. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if she's making funnels, that would be really great for her.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
All right, ladies. I won't keep you longer than you want to stay. But I just wanted to give you time for kind of decompress because I think that's good to do. It's good to do a little decompressing.
What is that? What is
It's,
that anymore?
what is decompress? It's like when all the pressure comes out, where you let it out, like a balloon, like deflate, just let the air out. Sometimes it's hot air, but it's air nevertheless.
My head hits the pillow.
That's true. That's my time. That's my time.
Thank you so much for this session, and I will think about the system and about the program as well. So,
Okay. Food for thought.
this Wednesday will be a little bit challenging. I'm at the meeting with the union, so I will be in and out on my ears.
No problem. No problem. You are good to go. You
Yeah.
are good to go.
Love seeing you guys.
Love seeing you
Thank you.
all.
My
You're
peace.
welcome.
Thank you. It was nice seeing you. Oh,
You
Sandra
too.
is on the space now.
She's in the space. She's got a thing going right.
It got changed automatically. I've never changed it to that. I usually have my San Francisco in the background. So
Oh,
maybe
oh,
I'm going higher and higher now.
you are. Elevation.
Wow.
Yay. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yeah. You
Wow.
deserve it. You
I'm
deserve
growing
it.
and expanding.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. That's like a prophetic sign, right? It's a prophetic sign. Receive
Yes,
it.
yes, I will.
Yes, yes, yes,
Love
yes.
you.
Love
Stay
you
safe.
all. I'll take a quick
Love you guys.
picture. Take a quick picture. Awesome. You look so sweet. Okay, I'll stop the recording now.